cheeseburger.
2 weeks in a row. Is that what you said before we came on?
That I said I was all verklempt. I was all excited, and you got me thinking about the just kind of our non-standard opening where one of us tells the others about our week or something.
Well, wah wee wah.
It dawned upon me that you've now done 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I got something for you guys. I literally just found this before we started recording. I was sitting there flipping through TikToks just mindlessly, like, oh, what kind of interesting things can I find? And I found this page that I think the group will love. We have a good friend in the Cuckster who I know will be a big fan of the content of this page. It looks fairly new. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, if you don't mind. Let's see.
Walk and woe.
I'm wetty. Let's go.
All right, so this is what I found.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's called America Cuck Yeah, and it's literally just pictures of cuck chairs. Really, short videos of hotel cuck chairs. But the best part about this, and I won't do it because I don't know what our volume's at, but the best part about this is that all of these are set to Bob Seger's Night Moves. So it's fucking phenomenal.
Hold on.
Give yourself a follow.
I gotta say something though. Yeah, go ahead and just follow with the page. I mean,
I follow it. I'm not logged in on here, but yes, I have it on my app.
I gotta say I'm a little upset though because we're rocking it. We're steady pacing like about what, like we'll say give or take 300 views a video, and Homeboy's got 3.7 million on a fucking random ass motel in the middle of fucking Louisiana, right there. Yeah, his third pen right there. 3.7 million views. Oh, I mean, that is a decent room.
That's a lot of cuck options, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I like how he goes to what I believe is his favorite of the cuck chairs. Like in every room, he's like, "Oh, there's a chair there. It's definitely cuckable." But this one right here, not the leather chair, not the sofa.
Well, I'm thinking there should be a contact between us and maybe the Cuckster, and maybe there's a little bit of an interview.
And then look at that. That's the one. That's the cuck chair.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of chairs in the facility. Cuck chair is the specific one. So, yeah.
Right.
Give it a follow. Give it a follow, guys. I just had to share that with you because, our boy, the Cuckster.
What's our handle here? Who's our friend? Our brand new friend?
It's called America Cuck Yeah. It's at Can You Dig It 317. If you type either of those in.
The Cuckster's only on Instagram. Does he need to migrate on over to
I think
TikTok?
so.
Probably should.
I think, and I mean, he's already got plenty of content, so we can. Really
and you should just tag this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Look, I love this. All cuck chairs all the time. I'm not a cuck. I just stay in a lot of hotels.
He's an information gatherer is what he is. He's like he's like the Yelp for cucking. That's amazing. Well done, sir.
Well, I think I would assume a cuck likes a nice chair. You know what I mean? Could be a long session of watching your lady get bulled. You know what I mean? You need a comfy place to post up.
I mean, I like a good brown seat for cucking, you know what I mean? Because that way I can kind of really dig in. Ain't nothing gonna.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's got to be a little. It's got to be somewhere in the middle. You can't be napping. You know what I mean? You got to be. You're not saying you can't be slightly uncomfortable, but you can't be like, hey, I could conk out in this puppy. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean a spring needs to like jab you in the ass every time you jump up and down with joy, but maybe we find a happy medium.
Yeah, that's why I noticed that he always bypasses like the tiny little hotel like love seat, like the 2-cushion. He's like, no, you can fall asleep there. That's not good. That's no good.
Right.
You need a chair. It's gonna keep you awake. You gotta sit upright somewhat. You can slouch a little bit, get a good spread on for whatever it is you're doing, but cuck chair, not cuck sofa or love seat.
Because if the cuck falls asleep in the middle of a sesh, is Is
Is it even worth it? Yeah. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could listen. I got to be honest. I could go for a good cuck ottoman if it came down to it.
Yeah. So there are definitely options like that. Like, what are the little like benches at the end of fucking beds that you white folk put stuff on and your dogs sleep on them?
No, that's for rich white folk. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's for upper middle class white folk.
That's fair. That's fair. Touche. But those like that, a cuck, whatever that is called, fucking that makes sense. You know, I don't hate that if I were a cuck.
There's a multitude of different type of furnitures for cucking. You know, we should open up a furniture shop strictly for this. You know, outfit hotel rooms. We could get a deal with Motel 6, the Holiday Inn, whatever.
The Cuck Emporium. You know, we could sell like
Yeah.
we can sell very thin like coverings and such. You know, nylon, latex. We have all we have all your fabric covering needs.
Sheepskin in case you're allergic.
Wow. Gotcha. And of course, it's easily cleaned, right? You know, just a spray and a wipe. You don't want anything that's going to stain or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, you're already sprayed, so you need to just wipe.
That's right.
But speaking of cucking, guys, we've been watching America get fucked for quite some time. You guys ready for the final countdown?
Yes.
I think this is the orgy we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I think all the major networks are going to have it, but I saw it on Fox. It's like state of the art election voting polling technology coming right to your living room for election night. And I think it's that one where they can pick a state, the state zooms in, they can go by county. And that was what it was at least as far back as 2016. Now what has been revolutionized? I'm going to watch. I'm curious. I want to see.
If CNN has upgraded their holographic technology, then I would say that they would be the go-to. But I have to say, as a fairly regular Fox News watcher and channel flipper, Bill Hemmer with his like 150-inch iPad screen does the best job of anybody out there. I mean, he really does. He's got it down. Like, because there's an art to it. It's not just like, let's see what's going on. It's knowing where all the screen functions are so you can effortlessly and seamlessly. I guarantee old Billy Hims out there fucking just right now in his cuck chair, just standing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, Georgia. Okay, where's Cook County? Cook County. Okay. All right. Dade Palm.
He's looking like Tom Cruise in Minority Report, doing that shit.
100%. So, Alan, you and I are on two different sides of the fence. It's kind of great, though, because Wes is kind of more of the pure libertarian. I fancy myself to be more of like a conservative-leaning libertarian at the end of the day, because I don't completely and 100% agree with all conservative Republican policy issues. But, so what's your take? How do you think everything has panned out, and how do you think it's going to roll through the finish?
I don't even know, man. I legitimately have not. I think we talked about this last week. I have not really given it much thought. As we've probably for about 2 months now, I've just been like, I'm good. I'm good on this. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We can't stop it. We can bitch about it. We'll probably be fine. It'll be fine, baby.
Or
I don't
not.
know. Okay, or not. It might really not. That's very possible.
It's 100% possible that it's very not good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fucking. Let's just roll on, man. Let's figure out. Let's either get into the Warren or let's get into the recreating a government. I don't know. Let's get into whatever it's going to be. I'm curious, honestly. I'm more inquisitive than I am fucking anything. Let's get on to it.
Before you answer, I do want to say, though, I do find it wildly ironic that the Warren will come from the blue side and the new government establishment is going to come from the red side, and you're not going to want the government that they're creating on the red side, and then I'm not going to want the Warren they have on the blue side. It's topsy-turvy, man. It's upside down. It's fancy, free, and footloose.
And the worst part about it is I think you're going to get Warren from both sides, and you're going to get fucking, it just... because I think that's just good the nature of the beast at this point, like the beast that's been created in this country. There's gonna be warring from both sides. Like, yeah, let's if there's warring, which hey, fuck it,
We're already warring.
Let's get into it. Let's do some stuff.
We'll break out Warren from. There's something about Mary, fucking with his headphones, frying some beans, smashing shit around.
So
let's do some stuff. Like honestly, I mean, I say that from like, now let's get crazy, right? Like let's break the country down into fucking like regions. We're kind of just chilling. We're not like that bad. We're not that surrounded by a lot of like states that are much different politically than us. Like there's a little bit of swing to like the north and south of us, but generally speaking, like we're just chilling. We're over here. Like, could you imagine the warring that's going on in fucking like states like Texas or state? You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll take a little time for the warring to get to us.
Oh, you're talking about like civil warring. You're not talking about like global warring. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, well, I mean that civil warring will spark global warring. Don't get that twisted. There's a whole lot.
No, absolutely.
There's a whole lot. There's layers here. It's like an onion,
Yeah, that's a trickle up with
a
civil war in
parfait.
America. It's trickle up warring, absolutely. But again, ironically, I think the civil warring will happen from the blue side and not the red side. It's weird.
Maybe.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wes, where's your mind at on this thing?
Well, I think I mean, we're definitely going to get some good reaction gifs. Whoever wins, you're going to get more of those like no. If old Donald Boy pulls it out, you're going to get a lot more ballot box burning in Washington. If Kamala pulls it out, but either I've been wrong more than I've been right since I've been old enough to like know. Or the first election that I remember is '88. Yeah, 88, Dukakis, Bush. I think I've been wrong more than I've been right who I thought was going to win. I do think Kamala wins a pretty close, like both will get around, both will be in the 200s of the electoral votes. I do think she wins. But I don't know, man. It's too close to call right now. I have paid no attention to exit polling and early balloting stats that come in because I'm not saying I don't trust them. It's just it seems like Tuesday just throws a wrench into things. But I do enjoy they get like an hour into coverage and it's like California. Kamala Harris has won California with 3% of the vote in. Like, gee, really? Okay.
California's polls are still open, but we're gonna go ahead and call it now. You're gonna pull the plug on that puppy. Hawaii, the sun has not risen in Hawaii yet, but we're gonna throw that over to the Democrats now.
yeah, and but like I said, I my guess is it's a hyperbole at this point. There's nothing to base that off of, just a gut, I guess.
I mean, my gut is, and I'm not basing this on any kind of rah-rah, because believe me, about 3 weeks ago, I was like, fuck, man, he got so close and he didn't pull it off. I think in the last couple of weeks, he's kind of closed the gap. I mean, the polls show that. I don't trust the polls really at all, but I feel like they wouldn't even advertise that he's getting close if he wasn't, and he's kind of pulled ahead in almost all the swing states right now. But again, it's margin of error. It's 1%, 2% here and there. But I'll say this. I got two things to say. One is, as a prosecutor, as a former DA, you're supposed to like present an argument that wins your case. And I gotta say, man, she did a terrible job of winning her case of herself for the country, of convincing the country, the jury of Americans, that she's the person for this job. I mean, she kind of waltzed in with an automatic, like, 50% after Biden, got thrown out the back of the bus on 95 during rush hour. I mean, it was just like, it went from like 37% to here's 51%. Take it for a ride, baby. It's all yours. And man, she fucking rode too close to the Jersey wall. She scuffed the fucking wheels on the curbs. And it was still holding on. And then old Donnie Boy does Rogan. Donnie Boy does fucking fries at McDonald's. Donnie Boy's out right now driving around in a trash truck. Old Joe couldn't get out of the way. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this does it or not. There's been a lot of mudslinging, obviously. I was honestly, I don't need any boo-hoo, wah-wah emojis or anything like that, but I was honestly, like, hurt when Biden called Trump supporters garbage yesterday. I was like, ouch! From a sitting president of the United States, like, ooh.
Well, he later said he was referring to those who spoke at that convention, and that might be.
I mean, I watched it in real time.
I didn't even hear that.
It didn't. Okay, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt that the man has zero idea what he's saying.
That's fair.
But what physically came out of his mouth in the moment was his supporters are garbage. The only garbage I see are his supporters.
Sure.
I mean, that's
yeah,
what
I know. I wasn't defending. I was just
That's pretty clear.
What his people said, what was meant by it, and I mean, shit. They do that all the time. Well, what they really meant was
right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not garbage.
But live in the moment,
just people. Yeah.
But then the spin immediately on CNN was it's like, well, you know, he does as a person who stutters. There was an apostrophe in there. It's like, really, you had a magic apostrophe that you saw with your eyes that was formed by the words that were made with the air. Like that's amazing that you figured out that he meant an apostrophe, which just either makes it like fucking Tropic Thunder full retard sentence, or he just said it and you're covering.
Where's the apostrophe?
Supporters.
Yeah,
like that's the thing is they're trying to say that if you put an apostrophe on the S in supporters, it then goes back vis-a-vis through the time machine in the portal with the flux capacitor, meaning the words of the people that said things that support Trump supporters. That stuff that they did was garbage.
Okay,
but that's not what Joe Biden was fucking doing in the current moment where it's got the fucking mind of a goldfish.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear it. Like I said, I have not been watching anything. I don't care at this point. Like,
but yeah,
bring on the crazy.
But all the way down to the wire, you know. And look, I felt that Biden, for the most part, kept it pretty civil, like as far as his words towards and then to have him at the last minute and the 12th hour, just like, supporters are garbage. And then today, Trump driving around a garbage truck in fucking Wisconsin. I got to give that man some props for fucking promotion.
Yeah, we'll get to Wisconsin here in a little bit.
Wisconsin,
Walsall or something like that. Do you want to dive in? Do you want to get into that?
Let's get into it, man.
Seems like a segue. That was a segue.
Yeah. Well, middle class holes, everyone. Murr, Allen, and Foxman. I'm the Riddler. Murr is Mario, and Allen is.
I got this T-shirt. This Halloween. I got this Halloween themed T-shirt.
That is pretty dope. I do like that.
Yeah,
Mr. Bow.
Yeah,
it's like a Rick and Morty, Mr. Bow.
Yeah. I've had this for a while, but yeah, I don't have a costume together yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So there's actually a 2-for-1. There's two Halloween themed bits we can get to in support of All Hallows Eve. Which one do you want to start with? We got out of Wisconsin, then we got one out of Des Moines, Iowa, the heartland.
Well, I think coming off the heels of what we were just talking about, let's go straight to Wisconsin. I think that's, one, it's a swing state. It's in play technically. But this is, and this kind of sums up, I think, our kind of emotions as the election comes to a close.
This is out of Walsall, Wausau. So a Wisconsin woman was labeled at labeled a city council, quote, petty, for trying to fine her over $100 a day over a gory Halloween display depicting Donald Trump and Joe Biden in her lawn. So it's Trump and Biden's cardboard in the front seats. Donald's driving, Biden is in the passenger, and it ran over something. It's like Hank's Auto Shop, but it looks to be, I guess, like a Mike Myers thing. They got a few other ornaments that they have ran over. This is something that she's been doing for a long time. A city council person threatened to fine her $142 a day if she didn't take those cardboard. Didn't have to take the display down, just take the cardboard cutouts of those driving the car. Looks to be like an old RX-7. It's kind of a dope little car.
So hold on,
nice.
the dummy she's hitting, it's not Harris. The dummy they're hitting is not Harris.
It's Biden.
Is that?
I think.
No,
think
I
that's-
thought
that's-
I didn't get through the whole article. I watched the video. I looked at the ornamentation. Yeah, so it's a giant fat head of Biden, a giant fat head of Trump. I thought they were running over Kamala, and that was like Kamala. Sorry, someone's corrected me 10 times on that already this fucking week. Kamala. So it's just okay. So what's the fucking problem? It's like that's like as bipartisan as it gets. Like partners in crime. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I don't see an issue with it.
What do you do? When do city council people
Yeah,
from a
what is
town
that?
like that get to? When do they get to sabotage your freedom of speech? You know, what does this have to do? I bet you that maybe this person didn't have so and so for city councilman when that election came around. So now this is them getting back at them. I don't know. She said she's done Halloween ornaments or Halloween decorations for 15 or 20 years or something like that. This is absolutely ridiculous. I grew up in a small town. My father was a city. Perryville's not a city. Town councilman. But I just like the last thing
I
he
grew up
would
in the
have.
middle class. Is this your middle class policy?
Yeah, that's right. It just kind of agitates the fucking. I mean, what right do they? I guess they do have the right to fine you $142 a day for what they deem to be obscene or inappropriate. I mean, what's the deal?
Well, what's the deal with this? Well, Jerry.
Yay. What's the deal with Wausau lawn ornaments for Halloween, huh? Seems weird to me.
It's my. I don't know, man. I don't because now I feel like I'm gonna get serious with it. It's like Minority Report shit. They're thwarting future crimes. They're thwarting future. I don't know, like hate amongst neighbors. Again, like I said, you put both of them in there. It's bipartisan. I mean, do they want a Kamala fathead in there? What do they want? How do you resolve it? I mean,
I guess it's just like you have to erase the politics from all this. Like, we don't care what you put in there, but just no politics.
I suppose, but fuck them. That's my yard.
I'm laughing because you're right. I suppose, but fuck them.
Yeah, I went ghost there for a second, but no, I was reading the article. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be some HOA bullshit, and I was going to get to go on a tirade about HOAs, but it is not about. It was not for that. I think it's bullshit, but they got her on having a car on her lawn, which I guess is technically illegal.
Oh, so they're anti-immigrant, huh?
Yeah.
They're anti-immigrant.
That's
How
fair.
many Hispanics have cars on their lawns?
Everyone.
You don't see. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I don't even have a lawn, and I have a car on my lawn. It's just how it goes. It's like a Toyota Tercel too. You know what I mean? Something nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
The ultimate in nitpicky city and or county laws that they like. All right, what they're doing something illegal. We can find it. Yep.
Yeah.
Car on the lawn. All right. Throw the book at them.
The thing about this too is if it was a homeowners association, I would actually somehow be less outraged with the fact that it's an entire actual elected official for you're supposed to be protecting my property rights, not fucking throttling them. And god damn it, what we should have done this story because now I am perturbed. I would like to know the with the election looming, I'd like to know the party affiliation of this particular elected official. Because I have a feeling I know.
I don't know. This could go both ways. At this point, it could go. All of this shit could go both ways. Everybody's fucking crazy now. I fucking hate it. Let's get it over.
So
with.
is there no? So I guess okay, but they're okay. Wait, but are they okay with it? You said with if they take the faces down.
Well, no, they pretty much were hammering home this. The citation is for parking in the lawn, not for the decorations.
Then that's even more bullshit. That's 100% bullshit. I would park every car I own in that lawn. I would start fucking making a furniture castle out of old chairs and just deck ornaments. I would get every garden gnome that fucking Big Lots has to sell me for spring, and I would just build a wall. And I'd have a new fence of garden gnomes. Like, buying a car. What you thinking about that one?
Yeah, go buy a Tonka truck or fucking, but make a
good point.
car out of cardboard. Those were the first cars, right? That's where cardboard comes from.
That's reasonable, I guess. I like that idea.
What, just literally your lawn with horse shit all over the place?
Yeah, just shit.
Making an eyesore?
Like, it's not a car, it's just stuff. Or be one of those guys that puts like doll heads on their like fucking, Chevy Corsica and fucking drives around everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Like those guys you see when you drive cross country. Fucking, yeah, just be one of those guys. It's not a car, it's fucking doll sculpture. Fuck off.
You are full of lower mid-range fucking automobiles today.
I'm trying to keep it there. It's a theme now. It's the motif of the evening.
Do you have like a half hour and dick around on eBay Motors like a fantasy?
As a matter of fact, I've been looking up some prime automobiles on fucking on Carvana. It's been nice.
1993 300ZX. Here we go. Next one goes.
No, I was gonna say on to Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, on to Iowa, coming out of the state capital of Des Moines. So this year marks the first year since 1938 that they're going to allow citizens and kids to trick or treat. That's right. So back in 1938, they made a plan to stop vandalism or reduce the amount of vandalism by eliminating what most of us know as Halloween. Instead, they adopted what was known as Beggar's Night. So typically you go out the night before on Halloween and you would it turned into telling a joke for a piece of candy. You used to be able in the olden days, in the good old days of Beggar's Day, you could sing a song, perform a dance, pretty much kind of like I don't even know. But what kills me about this is the Beggar's Day seems worse because the last thing I would want to do is hear hundreds of 8-year-olds tell a joke. They, boom, boom, hello, knock, knock. Come on, man, finish the fucking joke. Jesus Christ. So a man walks into a bar. Oh God.
So a banana. Hold on. A banana. It's appealing.
I would take fucking jingles though. I would take like 10-second jingles because I think you're gonna get some gold out of that. The jokes are gonna be terrible.
I want to
sing a song, recite poetry, or some other form of entertainment was initially what it was set out to be, and then it just evolved into just telling a joke.
But hold on a second though. I feel like what they did was inadvertently recreate what trick or treat should actually be. Kids now just walk up to a door, hold their shit out, and go trick or treat, and they're begging for candy. Whereas these kids had to earn it by doing a trick or providing a treat, a joke, or doing something like that. Seems more like actual Halloweeny trick or treaty than what trick or treating is on our Halloween.
I'd suppose unless Mischief Night, the 30th of October, was a legitimate problem in Des Moines in the 30s.
But why? Okay, so hold on. I'm a teenager, right? I'm a Ute, and you're telling me that tomorrow,
Nice.
October 31st, is Beggar's Night. Wink, wink. Well, I guess we can't do Mischief Night because tomorrow's not Halloween. It's Beggar's Day. Oh, shucks. You can throw toilet paper, kids, 365 days a year if you so choose to do so. Eggs are still sold at the grocery stores. Don't you worry. Like, how does that negate teenagers being assholes any night of the year?
I don't think it does, honestly.
Incredibly feeble minds of those from Iowa, I suppose. We're going to put a stop to this.
Those are big city problems. They don't have those issues out there.
I find it ironic that the last time they had trick-or-treating is when the Nazis took over.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that there was a much anomaly for us because, said Debbie Westpaul Swander, who owns a costume shop in West Des Moines, we thought of it as normal. We were going to be in sync with at least her last sentence, but they said it was normal for them. And this is like you had to have friends from a different town. You had to have family members that either weren't in Des Moines or outside of the state or something like that. And this had to have gotten brought up. Like, this is normal for us. What's normal for you? Oh yeah, we it's called Beggars Night. Like, wait, you mean like Halloween? Wait, Halloween? Yeah. No, I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't even know that I'd correct somebody. Like, oh, what do you guys do? Oh, we go around door to door, get candy. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Halloween. Like, so you guys just don't call it trick or treat? No, call it Beggars Night. Oh, okay. I wouldn't even like think that they have to know. They've seen a television set. They're aware of is the candy aisle called something different at their local Walmart that's a nationally chained store? Like, what? They're selling Beggars Night candy. Like, every commercial that's on TV, they have to know that it's a little off.
There is a grocery store in Iowa called Menards, by the way. Just a little nugget of information for you. Mm-hmm. We used to get a kick out of that when that commercial came on. Save big money at Menards.
Silly.
So anyway, yeah. So for the first time in let's see, 6-7 decades, they're going to allow to do it on the 31st. And they don't have to tell shitty jokes anymore. Boom, boom, boom. Knock, knock. No, Billy, we don't do that anymore. Just
wait, what?
Trick or treat.
What night were they doing it?
The 30th, the night before.
Okay. I mean, because trick or treating happens we are going to do it on the 31st, which is a Thursday. But, like, I don't know. They should just push that shit off to, like, a Friday night because that is the worst thing.
Major culture shock is happening in Des Moines tonight, okay? a paradigm shift of unprecedented proportions is taking place in the heartland. Their heads are popping off. That's the joke. These kids are like, oh my God. Boosh. They just stand there with no head.
No, they're just pissed that they got to wait an extra day to go fucking get their candy, get their fucking sugar fix.
Well, I suppose.
Watch them instantly throw eggs on the 30th just because they're like, where's our fucking candy?
Yeah. They should introduce Mischief Night. Like, wait a minute, we can do that on the 30th? Like you said, the good eggs too. You know, those nice big fat fuckers from the Midwest. They don't just go crack. They go.
Did when I was down in Delaware, they stopped selling eggs like a day or two before Halloween, or like if you were under a certain age, they had to ID you for eggs. Like, you weren't allowed to buy more than like a carton for like the week leading up to Halloween. That seems anti-American too. Sounds like that fucking bitch out in Wisconsin telling me not to park my car on my lawn. Can't buy my eggs either. Or my toilet paper.
You know, I didn't go out for this particular thing, but I learned on a Mischief Night that what do they say? It's either zombie movies or anything that involves chasing. You don't have to be the fastest. You just can't be the slowest.
Yes.
Yeah. So my brother Dewey Love, and a few other people, and one of the culprits was let's see here. How can I? Reg Girolfi was out with him, and they were writing with soap on a school, like windows of a school, not realizing that there's some of those doors were pressure censored. So a Stady rolls up and they take off, and old Reg had asthma and could only get about 40 to 50 yards, and they ditched him. Asthma. Yeah. Yeah, that's your first problem. You're going out on Mischief Night with asthma, shaking it up. Oh, all right. Just make sure you guys tell me before we're gonna run.
Yeah, it's risky game there. It's no good.
Wow. And okay. And what's the harm? I mean, there was soap. They probably needed it. Let's be honest.
I don't think there were any reprimands of. I think 13-year-olds getting chased by a Stady is enough to make at least anyone with any 13-year-old with any sense their asshole puckered. Now I know that there's probably some that just don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and wait 5 minutes and go right back out. But yeah, they got caught and the gig was up. Brother Dewey Love came home early. Like, what's going on? He's like, no, nothing, nothing at all. We just called an early night.
Yeah, Mr. Poker Face right there.
Foxy sniffed that out quickly. Yeah. We were down at the school and we were running with soap on the walls. Oh. Now, tell me everything.
if if you're one of the Maryland's finest Maryland State Troopers and you run up on some kids mischief night, do you take chase, or do you just like pump fake and then shake the flashlight up and down a few times and just watch them scatter?
I mean, I would probably fuck with them, but that's probably why I'm not a cop. Real cops would probably chase them because they're cops and they're dicks.
Yeah, I see. I think you. I think this cop questioned Gray for a little bit. You know, just to kind of give me your name, give me your address. Didn't write anything down. You're going to be in serious trouble. No.
Yeah.
Just make them shit their pants.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's good. That's good fun.
Yeah, I guess that's good. I guess that's good policing. Drive them to their house.
No,
Pretend to walk up to the door with them.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, that'd be fun. I feel like if I was a cop, if I did catch one, that would be fun.
I mean, it would
Let 'em
be.
sweat it out.
I caught him with 2 other friends with a bunch of non-alcoholic beer and a blow-up doll. I think you have some explaining to do.
Have a good night.
Jesus.
A bunch of NA and a blow-up doll. I don't know where that came from.
I bet you don't.
Can you buy NA if you're under 21?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a beverage. Maybe you got it an older man's palate. It's right.
It's right. It's fucking Benjamin Button style. Yeah, you like legitimately as a teenager enjoy NAs. I don't know about that. Well, congratulations to the folks of Des Moines, Iowa. Not congratulations to the folks of Wausau, Wisconsin. Hopefully it shakes out for you. Murdy, you got some fun facts for us?
Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. OMG. Facts. Did you know, question man, that these are being brought to you by our good friend the Cuckster? He's over on Instagram, maybe soon migrating on over to the old Tickety Talk, but you can find him on Instagram, Cuckster for Life. That's Cuckster for Life on Instagram. Any new adventures for the Cuckster this week, Wesley?
Cuckster, kind of riddle me this. Cuckster explains his vetting process for the perfect cuck next week on Instagram. Damn it. I'm a 10. I should have watched maybe the Jim Carrey version to grow some inspiration for one-liners tonight.
That's
My
a rough one,
apologies.
dude. That's tough, dude. He was like the shining. He was the bright spot in that train wreck of a fucking film.
Wasn't there rumors that him and Tommy Lee just weren't getting along at all? They hated each other.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones straight up told him to his face that he does not appreciate his anything. But what did Tommy Lee Jones? Okay, you get up out of your makeup chair and your face is perfectly parted down the center with some ridiculous nonsense latex bullshit on one side. What did you anticipate? Because by the way, Jim Carrey does give the best performance of that movie. So whose fucking process is the ridiculous one? The guy who's taking Two-Face seriously, or the guy who's taking the Riddler not?
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Lee may not have known what he was getting himself into, especially when you get Robin in there. Who is it? Chris
O'Donnell?
You know, yeah.
That powerhouse of an
Very young.
actor? Yeah, it is. Could see how he'd cause some trouble on set.
Hey, that landed him on NCIS Los Angeles. I'll let you know.
That's fair. Fucking him and LL Cool J. Just solving crimes.
Solving crimes.
What a career. That's a good resume.
He did fall off. It's not really his fault. You know what it is? I think he was one of these actors who had the look, and movies weren't serious yet. And then I think guys like Christopher Nolan and like Ridley Scott came along with like Gladiator and shit, and it was like, well, movies are real now. It can't be this dumb fucking corny ass dialogue like while you're climbing a mountain with fucking ice shoes on. It's got to be real fucking movies now. And Chris O'Donnell was just like, I'm not prepared for this.
Also, that
fair.
childhood innocence that he carried, because he plays a child, a teenage boy, and Son of a Woman. That's kind of that's what I think of him as like his best movie, and some of that, it's kind of like that Fred Savage effect. Like it just doesn't, for one reason or another, when you get to be an adult, it's not there.
They're
It's
never
not the same.
they're never not kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sean Austin to an extent, and that's not that honestly has nothing to do with him playing the Baggins character in Lord of the Rings. It's just playing an adult. Just
You're gonna get,
doesn't
dude.
do
You're
it.
gonna get
Yeah.
eviscerated for
You
saying
are
that right there.
absolutely incorrect, and yeah, you're gonna get smoked for that one.
Sam the Wise Buddy.
He's fucking Samwise Gamgee. He's not fucking.
Yes.
Baggins.
Yeah, dude. You can't say bag. You
Dude.
cannot attach the wrong. Listen. I
I
let
said
it.
it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I
It
know.
has
Yeah.
nothing to do.
Yeah, but
But,
he's not
okay,
a
listen.
Baggins, is what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You
See,
alluded
listen-
to
No,
him being a Baggins. The way that,
Oh, my apologies. Sorry,
Yeah,
he's not.
that's-
Don't,
Yeah,
hey, do
throw it
not
out.
take that mockish fucking tone out of your voice when you say your apology there too. Let me tell you something. These Lord of the Rings fanatics, like they ain't your Trekkies, they ain't your Star Wars. These guys, these are serious characters.
Yeah,
this is like pissing off a Swiftie.
yeah, like
All right,
I mean,
Frodo.
I'm letting it ride. If we're being honest, like me and Doug went and rewatched the trilogy in theaters like 3 months ago, like back to back days, right? Like 12. We put 12 hours in. We enjoy some Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not a fucking dork, but like
Is he Frodo Rudiger?
you're gonna get smoked. You should definitely plan to cut this piece up and put it on the fucking as a clip.
Yeah, because this is gonna end you. Because like right now,
Hold on.
what?
Yeah, you could
Why?
die.
Because I said he was a Baggins.
Yeah,
Will you
man.
stop it already.
Yeah,
Good
you
God,
keep playing with it.
damage
It's like
done,
it's like
man.
the second Beetlejuice you've said at this point. Like instead, just stop it.
Man, listen, if you were a Baggins, you'd be douche Baggins. You know what I'm saying?
Ah. I like it.
All right, Frodo Rudiger. Got it.
You got it.
Yep, that'll do.
That'll do, donkey. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you on a Friday. Did you know? Since it's Halloween, I've got a bats-related OMG fact for you. Bats aren't blind. Some don't use echolocation at all.
I mean, I knew that bats weren't blind, but I didn't know that some didn't use that. I thought that was
Yeah, I thought that was like exclusive. Like, I mean,
well, not exclusive, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, I thought they had like bad eyesight and they located everything with the clicks, but yeah, apparently no, that is not necessarily true. But I mean, I imagine those like big ass vampire bats, like they don't need that shit. There's like, I'm coming through, motherfuckers.
yeah, that's probably true.
I did watch. I think it was some of these just gargantuan bastards in the Amazon, who will dive down and do scoops of water, and it's just basically it's hunting season for what, a caiman? Oh man, that's yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of caiman, now they're not caiman, but it just reminded me of this story. It's from World War II, and it's the they killed. Okay, the Japanese were taking over an island in the South Pacific, and that they have these giant crocodiles there, like same size as like Nile crocodiles, so huge motherfuckers, 12 to 20 feet fucking big. And they had killed all the deer and all the wildlife on the island because they were trying to feed themselves, waiting for the Americans. And then the Americans came, but the crocodiles had gone dormant. They had gone into a hibernative state because they couldn't eat anything, so there was nothing to eat until the Japanese fled into the jungles. And that's when the slaughter happened. Just absolute decimation. It's some kind of massacre. I can't remember the name of it.
Dude.
But it is the most wild 20-minute documentary I've ever fucking listened to on YouTube.
He show up back on the boat, and the captain or the is like, "Hey, did you guys get him?" Yeah, sure did.
Obviously, with the knowledge that we have now, post World War II, I have always been like, put my ass in fucking Bastogne on Christmas. I don't give a fuck. Do not send me to the South Pacific. That shit sounded awful. Like truly awful. Not that fucking Europe was fucking fun and games. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, the South Pacific sounded truly miserable. Like as miserable as war can get.
Yeah, I would rather take my chances up against like a man
Yeah.
and not nature.
Yeah.
In that scenario, sand fly,
Yeah,
sand
yeah,
fleas,
yep.
everything, sand.
Sand, period. Yeah. No, I would rather like my foot rot off as I trek across Europe and it just is never dry for fucking a year and a half than fucking get, sand fleas or fucking mosquitoes at night. You know what I mean? Like, not good. Pass. Hard pass. Also, fire. A lot of fire there. A lot of fire in that theater. Just
It was called the. By the way, it was called the Crocodile Massacre of Ramree Island.
Of course, it was.
Yeah, give that one a good look up.
Googling
It's
that right now.
It's fucking 500 soldiers eaten by crocodiles.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And the Crocs complained because there was no soy sauce with their main entree.
I was gonna
by the way-
say rice, but yeah, okay.
By the way, the number one comment in the comment section on YouTube was like, "Yep," and all those crocodiles were hungry again half an hour later.
Half an hour later.
Did you know mosquitoes can fly through raindrops without getting hit?
Well, you don't survive billions of years without some sort of honing device. It would be cool if, like, I would like to see either just an AI recreation of them just kind of just putzing through the rain. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, see, but here's my thing: is it? I read that mosquitoes can fly like 15 miles an hour. That's pretty fucking fast for a little bug like that. Now, is it a combination of speed and agility, or is it the fact that like they're looking up and seeing like something the size of a skyscraper coming towards them? Like, I guess we're good. Like, isn't it all relative at that size?
What was your question? I wasn't listening. I was reading.
So, Alan, if the raindrops are coming down, Alan's better with this spatial shit any which way. So, a raindrop's coming down. You're a mosquito, right? So, a raindrop to me and you, like, we're so big, there's no way we can't get out of the way of that.
Yeah,
But they're so small. Can they anticipate the raindrop? Because, relatively speaking, the raindrop's moving towards them a lot slower because of their size. They can see it coming a lot further away.
So no, actually, it's totally fucking like, because like mathematically it's impossible, right? Like they're gonna take a raindrop to the fucking back. Like it's impossible. It's just the way that they're built. So apparently, the way that this works is that essentially they're so lightweight and their exoskeleton is so strong that basically a raindrop hits it and it will drop. The mosquito will drop with it, but eventually it'll come out the other side and then just continue to fly on before it hits the ground. So like they get hit by rain, but it doesn't, like, it's not gonna fucking kill them. Like pull them down and splat them on the ground. Like they basically just loop through it.
Okay. Well, I feel like the fun fact lied to me then.
I know,
Son of a
right?
bitch.
I mean, they're technically right because they're not getting fucking killed or anything, but yeah.
I swear to God, I'm
moist.
getting nice and moist, like me right now. All these juicy facts. Did you know an olive tree can live for over 2,000 years?
Oh yeah, that is facts.
But can't most trees live a relatively
Oh,
almost
I don't
inevitable
think that,
amount of?
I don't think that long. No.
I mean, but as long as they don't get disease or rot, I mean, aren't there like trees over in just like Scotland? I mean, they're probably not olive trees. That's not the climate for them. I think the oldest tree in the world's like on a Scottish hillside somewhere.
No,
They won't tell you.
I think that thing's in Egypt or something. It's a pine tree. I'm fairly certain. Hold on, let me.
I say
look.
that's
What do
Like, it's called Methuselah. I know that for a fact. Methuselah tree. Yeah, Google. You're so useful. A 4,856-year-old Great Basin bristlecone pine Growing high in the White Mountains of Inyo County in eastern California.
What?
Yeah, it is recognizes the non-clonal tree with the greatest confirmed age in the world.
And that is like a classic Clark Griswold moment to true, because you like appreciate a couple 1,000-year-old tree. Like, look at that. I'm like, well, that's cool. All right, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Back up.
The old Grand Canyon. Let's get on. Keep moving. Yeah, I could imagine too, like going out there. They probably don't. They probably do not let you know where that thing is, because I guarantee there's tourists that think they've seen it and haven't, and tourists that have seen it and don't realize it. Because there's no way they're telling you where a 4,000-year-old tree is, because they know some dipshit's gonna cut it down.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the?
I think you can get to it. Looks like it is on a trail, so you could definitely get to it, but you probably got to do some walking. Hold on.
What's the attraction to? Because the olive tree just constantly keeps producing olives for millennials.
I think
is that the beauty of that?
I think those olives are like expensive as fuck though, because it's old. You know?
Yeah, it's just a robust. I guess it's just a robust tree. I mean, olives are pretty for a fruit. Olives are really robust if you think about it. So all that oil, I mean,
the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The older the olive tree, the sweeter the olive. Is that what they say in Greece? Saltier the olive.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy if that's how that shaked out? The older the olive tree, the more just robust and saltier olive.
Olive's another one of those things that I hate, that I tried again in my adult years and was just like, and just like spat it out, man.
Dude, I that's like one of 2 to 3 I probably don't like more than 2 or 3 foods, but olives are what I would deem a common food that I just don't like. And there's a jar of them in our fridge that Sarah, the green Kalamata olives, the green ones with the red pits, that Sarah fucking will just fire like 5 or 6 of them.
I'll crush those.
Yeah. Now on the same foot, I will grab like 5 or 6 pickles and just
Wow,
those puppies back.
I would love to be able to go, because I tried a martini once, because I was just like, oh man, I want to like this drink. It seems like so classy.
Why? It's just booze. It's just booze in a glass.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in it.
I know, but that's
Sweet
what
vermouth.
If you want to get technical about it, but what's that doing?
But see, there's something romantic about like the olive.
I love a dirty martini, so yeah, don't get it twisted.
And so, to be able just to order that at the bar, like it's a simple drink that any bartender can make, and it is boozy. It's a walk around drink, and then I just remember going, anybody want a martini? On me.
Yeah, it's just booze, bro. Like, that's why. I mean, I love it, but I drink gin too, so I'm a fucking weirdo.
That's what I'm saying. Give me a gin and tonic. Give me something with some citrus in it, and just that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
And I love olives, so like dirty martini. Fuck yeah, hook it up.
I want that olive juice in there.
Yeah, give me that olive juice, baby. Give me a shot of olive. Give me a shot of olive juice on the side. A sidecar of olive juice. Yeah, give me that shit.
I always feel the need to like apologize for this for some reason, but like I get romantic about seeing a hot dog with like some dirty brown mustard on top of it, and knowing I hate it. I get romantic about like relish on I don't know, or a pickle, like a crisp dill pickle on the side of like with like a giant pastrami sandwich. I want to bite into that thing. It just does not agree with me. Does not agree with my taste buds, man.
Yeah.
I want olives. I like them. I'd like to like them. I can't do it.
That's reasonable. I know a lot of people who don't like them. Pickles same way. Though. Like I don't like pickles on sandwiches, but I will like if you have a pickle next to my sandwich, like a spear, I'll eat that shit.
And just know after you're dead, Murr, there's going to be an olive tree that's producing these fuckers that you don't like for 2,000 more years, buddy.
Exactly. Just keep fucking going. And there's an olive. Think about this. What I do, again, being romantic about these kinds of facts and things, to me, it's like there could be an olive that like Jesus himself like picked off of a tree that you too could eat the same olive from that same tree. Like that's amazing to me. Like there's a fruit tree out there somewhere where a figure in history has eaten the exact same fruit as you, just in a different season. That's just amazing.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
All right, we gotta go.
Did you know a grizzly bear has enough bite strength to crush a bowling ball?
God, I think I did see that.
Wait, what does?
It was like a grizzly bear, and it was like, remember the very short-lived Animal Channel or Animal Planet channel or Animal Planet show? It was like this animal versus this animal.
Oh yeah.
And they only did it obviously via shitty early 2000s computer CGI, but I think I saw that in the grizzly bear episode. Yeah,
because I remember that because it was a jaguar versus an anaconda. I was like, ooh, that's a good one right there.
That's realistic though, in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking. And anacondas don't fuck around.
They did it in shallow water.
Yeah,
and so it's like
it's always bad. It's always bad for the mammal. It's no good. It's bad news bears. That's like fucking gator death roll, So it's over for you.
Well, in this case, it might not be bad news bears with that bite force. It have to be bad news. I don't know, kitty cat.
Yeah, that's rough. Bowling ball.
It does make me go back.
Wild.
We've talked about before when we used to do a lot of, how many humans to beat this particular animal and things. Like, I was watching a couple of guys talk about how many silverback gorillas like versus a grizzly, and they were like, it's got to be more. No, they were like 4 minimum.
No,
like, yeah,
I don't know. We've had this discussion too. I think we got to go.
Yeah.
Well, they broke it down in a much more scientifically than us dip fucks did.
Okay.
they had actual science and reasoning behind their answer.
Well, that's fair.
No, we hosted a segment called 3 and Outs. All right, that basically makes us biologists by proxy.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, we have an expert opinion. We could be on Beat Bobby Flay in the expert judging round of things like that, if you ask me.
But if they're biting through a bowling ball, right? Like, yeah, sure, silverbacks can club the fuck out of you and all that. But all that grizzly does have to do is, one, he's got the slasher hands, and then he literally chomped through any appendage you get a hold of him with. Like, that's
Right.
cunt. Like, see you later, bicep.
Yeah, I mean that's a good. Man, we could get into this, but grizzly bears can weigh up to 600 pounds. Silverback gorillas, males up to 450 pounds. So pretty decent fucking weight discrepancy. But as I always go back to in these discussions, thumbs.
True, but you don't have to grab what you can slash off.
That's true, but like the grizzly bear can't fucking rip open a bear's face like a fucking gorilla could in theory.
But with a bite strength that can crush a bowling ball,
Yeah.
good luck ripping that mouth open.
That's true.
I have a better question. Now I'm thinking about it. How many amines?
What? I was gonna say what size bowling ball? Is it an 8-pound? 10
Yeah,
pound?
that's a good point too. Honestly,
Well, because how many amies? Because I was just thinking about the discrepancy between a grizzly and a silverback. How many Andrew Murs versus a Shaquille O'Neal?
ooh,
Shaq Daddy,
how much-
Steel, Shazam, Shaqalicious, Shaqapotamus.
5, at least 5. No, 10 probably 5, 10. How much do you weigh?
130.
Okay, hold on, let's see how.
Shaq's probably
By
like
the-
He weighs
something.
324
Okay, yeah.
according to the Google.
So he's 3 times my mass.
Uh,
Twice my height almost.
Height. He is 7'1".
7'1".
He is 7'1".
I'm 5'6".
My brother.
Tail the tape here.
All right, yeah.
I'd say 10 and
Yeah,
minimum.
10 probably. I don't want to
Yeah.
sell you short. Like, you're an athletic guy. I know that. But, like, he's probably snapping, like, 2 of your necks. Like, like Steven Seagal style from Mad TV. Like, right off the bat. Like
That first
Will
clone
Sasso.
is
Yeah.
that first clone is experiencing a parallel dimension
Yeah.
within like this before the whistle even stops blowing, before the fucking pee in the whistle stops vibrating.
Yeah.
It's one of them's learning quantum physics in heaven.
He's definitely palming 2 skulls and just mashing them together. You know what I mean? And, like, it's just 2 down real quick. And then everybody regroups, and I think we got a fight on our hands. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. Maybe.
You need 10 just for collateral damage, just to get to the
now you're down to 8, and I'm wondering how they're doing.
Yeah, well at that point, hopefully you started to attack the legs. It's strategy here. There's going to be collateral damage. So
we gotta get back to these animal
to
fights.
How many of us would it take to beat a thing?
Yeah.
That should be the new one.
There was a good Rob, the creator of our of our Great Middle Class Holes logo. He heard an episode where we theorized about men against grizzlies, and I think we said 50.
Yeah,
and he texted me the next day. He was like, "I'm gonna tell you right now, that's way too few. That fucking grizzly is beating the fuck out of 50 men.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have Schwarzeneggers and Stallones."
Man, no, and after hearing that fact and hearing those guys talk about silverbacks, I'm like, oof, because I can't remember how many we said. We might even have said more against a silverback, and I'm just thinking so if it takes more silverbacks than we thought to beat a grizzly, then yeah, 50 men is. I don't even. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it possible?
And I think there's also something, again, in my expert opinion here. I think that there's something with a temperament where the grizzly goes into berserker mode, where a silverback is defensive. Is typically, they're not passive. They will defend their family at all costs, but it's a defense thing. It's not. Grizzlies are basically just they're on offense. I saw one I watched probably twice a year where these two grizzlies were going at it, and one had a hold. It had a hold of part of its ear, not the whole ear, some of its cheek, and then the one that was getting chomped shit itself. And it wasn't like a baby turd. I mean, this was like a full-blown goddamn a snake that came out of a fake can of peanuts.
Yeah, death
in one collective thing.
It was a death. It was a death shit. It was like I'm about to die. It was I'm about to die. Watch this.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but if you're already squeezing some out, why not all of it? You know what I mean? Like, and how big's a grizzly shit? So like, because I mean, we could think that's a lot of shit, but it could have just been like a little.
And imagine, like, I don't know,
he may have had to poop already.
Like, you've probably bent over for your keys and squeezed one out by accident. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, like, a rival male you has you by the fucking head, and you're trying the core strength and the fucking stability it would take to kind of fight that all. You're gonna squeeze one out.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the nature of the beast, man.
If I know me like I know me, I'd take with my toes.
Smart.
Oh, God damn it.
Smart.
Why'd you do that?
And by the way, email us at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. And finally, did you know sharing mascara is the most common way people pass on eye infections like pink eye?
Damn.
That makes perfect sense.
Not really, because what were you mascara-ing before I fucking borrowed it? You gotta get them butt hairs all nice and thick and curly.
Well, I think they're probably more so that they're just in bathrooms. And then, like,
I know, but then why wouldn't you get your own pink eye? You know what I mean? Like, this specifically says sharing mascara. Like, or are you like slightly immune to your own fecal matter, that it doesn't give you pink eye when you use your own mascara? It's only when you've shared the mascara that they get the pink eye.
That's possible. Like, it is your gut flora, so like they would just be like, yeah, that could absolutely be realistic, where like your body's like, it's our poop in my eye, it's our poop particles, it's fine. But then you hand it to fucking Chrissy when you guys are going out, and her eye ain't so fucking friendly to your poop particles, and here you go. Yeah. Here's a fucking gunky eye for a week and some antibiotics.
I was gonna say I don't want to get hyper judgmental, especially in the world that we live in today with the they them culture. But this obviously seems, slightly segregated towards a female audience. Sharing mascara, I don't know what, rock stars.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe there's that. I would expect male rock stars to definitely give each other pink eye all the time.
Would you give me herpes? No, pink eye, man. Don't worry.
Well, especially with the uptick in ass eating as a cultural norm, I think pink eye's probably on the rise. I'd like to see the numbers on that over the last maybe like decade or so.
Is it a culture? Is it honestly a cultural norm? Like the ass?
I mean,
eating, or
at
is it
this
just,
point,
like-
yes. Yeah, I think so. Like, everybody fucking born pretty much after me eats ass as like a standard protocol. It was even in that fucking new Chips movie with fucking Dak Shepard. They were talking about. He was like,
know.
yeah, it is, man. That's. I think I told you guys, like, my brother
Yeah,
was ahead of the curve. I was like, back in the day, I was like, that's gross. And he was like, nah, gotta try it, man. Innovator.
No.
Innovator.
No, I mean, I'll let you try it on me, but I don't know why am I going to try it there? Like I'll go.
Hey, man, you do you. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that, and you're in of a generation, like, it's fine. Like, nobody's looking at you. Nobody's being like, oh, you don't eat ass, fucking weirdo. Everyone be like, oh, that kind of checks out. I would see it. Yeah, that
Sorry,
makes sense.
you kind of went into that word. You said "generation." It sounded like.
Oh.
I was like, that is an innovative word.
You're of a generation. Is what I think I just did. I was probably turned.
It's generation.
But yeah. So, like, I think you're fine, man. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat. But hey, if you want your ass eaten, go for it. I don't know who's.
No,
gonna...
I'm just saying. I don't. If it's like some nouveau thing, I'm not getting. I don't ever see, even if it was like the nouveau thing to do. Like, I don't see myself like, I'm gonna get down there and eat that ass. No, I don't know. I mean, if somebody's like,
That's fair.
I'm gonna eat your ass. Like, oh, well, I mean, better you than me.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, no, I get you, buddy. Here's the question, though. What if, like, that's the key to the booty hole?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, man, I really want that booty hole. She hasn't given it up. And this is the deal.
Yeah.
And
Gotta-
I'm
gotta be
17.
lubed.
If I'm 17, I guess that's the price of admission.
And it's
Yeah.
and
I'll say
like
this-
it's perfect scenario. Like it's freshly showered. It's it's not like it's some like all day
See, that's
musky
the
ass.
problem. But that's the problem is once it gets down to the next generation, they think you have to do it like that's the first thing you do, like in the moment. You're at a party,
Nah.
you get a girl alone, it's like I guess I
Yeah.
gotta go down there.
I mean, there are some nasty motherfuckers. I give you that one, and I agree. I'm not with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. By the way, this is like because this is I think the third or fourth time where this has gotten brought up in the last year,
It has.
and Murr has always kind of been like, the first three times like, really, is it normal? And this is the first time where he's wanted to delve into like, all right, is this normal? Which I find funny.
It's like
And
I
was
mean,
like, yeah.
he's like, I'm better you than me. I mean, if you wouldn't go down there and eat my ass.
Yeah,
Touche, my
Although,
friend. Touche.
I did hear a good story. So I try to think of this is Murr, you know this person, Raoul Miff, from the old University of Maryland.
Okay.
And there was a very promiscuous woman from a sorority at the University of Maryland who used to advertise how many men she slept with, and had a counter from all the different fraternities that
Yeah, I'm aware of who
made
this
no
is.
bones about it. But apparently, Raoul Miff came back he wrestled at the University of Maryland, and came back from a wrestling practice, and she ate his ass and blew him. And then at the same party, got caught making out with another dude about an hour and a half later. I was like, let me get this straight. She ate this dude's ass after wrestling practice. I don't even care that she blew him after wrestling practice, which is fucking gross in and of itself. She had him spread his legs and spread his butt cheeks and ate his ass after God knows how many beads of sweat trickled down that thing like the valley of death, and then polished it off with a Busch Light, and then found some other eligible suitor an hour and a half later and stuck her tongue down his fucking throat, and he received it perfectly.
Let me tell you something. If we're talking about that same person, that was a full flavored Bush. Okay, I want a Bush Light.
Yeah, yeah. And then she asked if he wanted any mascara.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
Today on Before You Go, we have a couple of statues that we need to pay tribute to. First and foremost, comes out of Miami, South Beach, bringing the heat. They did they did a bronze statue of Dwayne Wade. Rightfully so. D Wade won the city 4 championships. No, 3. 2 with LeBron, 1 by himself. Well, you could say with Shaq. Could have taken 2 D Wades to beat a Shaq. But I don't. Do these bronze artists just fucking not? Hold on. How can I get the? Oh, I can't get it. Window. Oh, here we go. Like, look at that, Alan. Have you seen this?
Good Lord. I heard about it, but I
That's
hadn't
not-
seen it.
That looks like someone in a Vietnam War movie just getting stabbed in the gut.
That's fair.
That's running into the jungle of an island, and the crocodiles woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Mosquito bit him on the tip of his dick.
Jesus. What is like?
That's not him.
Do we know what the original like? What's the inspiration? Like, what's the photo? You know, it was like
It's-
was there?
it's-
You're right.
I mean, I could find it, but it's like him. Like there's an iconic image of him. Like I think after he hits like a game-winning shot of one of the finals, and he's like flexing, and I'll say this: the body looks fine. I was actually thinking about this today. Like you go back in time to like the days of like Michelangelo and these guys that were using like a marble to like create some of the most anatomically accurate statues of all time. And I was thinking about this today. Who works with marble anymore? Does anybody actually do that? I'm sure there is somebody out there. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're really good at it, but we just don't give a shit anymore. Well, if there's somebody out there like that, maybe get them into the bronze statue for eternity in front of your arena game. Like, let's hire those people.
Yeah.
I've heard them say that there's a specific way that they make these statues. They carve them out of clay first, and then there's a whole process, and apparently there's some like degradation.
Yeah.
The carbon copies become less and less, which is why also with the NFL Hall of Fame busts, you get some busts in the busts. Same
fair.
deal, but we gotta admit, there's some of those that are much better than others, and this one's god awful.
That's almost like that Cristiano Ronaldo one from like a couple years back. That like was just like how you shaking your head.
That look like my kid fucking
Yeah.
did it in art over the weekend.
And look, any artist will tell you faces are hard. You know what I mean? It's important.
But there's got to be artisans out there.
Oh yeah, no, there definitely are. They're just picking the wrong ones.
So you're saying the problem is well, I guess it's slightly the artist, but it's the foundation that they're using. They need to go back to marble rather than these bronze statues.
Maybe.
I'm not saying they need to go back to marble, but like, if the process of like, because I think it's like they make it out of clay, then they fire the clay, and then it deforms a little bit when they're doing it there, and then they have to make like a reverse of it, and then they have to fill that with bronze, and then there's like a bunch of, through the process you're losing detail, and which means that the original clay sculpture itself has to be absolutely within like a micron perfect, because it's going to warp all the way through the process. So stop doing that process. Let's stop doing that. Like, I don't think anybody gives a shit. Like, even if you go look at the statues at Camden Yards, they're pretty good, but Palmer looks a little weird. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Weaver with his hands in his back pocket looks like fucking what's his face from All in the Family, Archie Bunker.
Just saying, if there's like artists from like a couple thousand years ago, over 1,000 years ago, that can do this shit, and it's like breathtaking that we still stand in awe of human achievement this many years later. Like, come on, man, we should have fucking evolved by now to be able to like, or let's. Okay, let me ask you this: would you rather get it perfect with machines, or always have humans have their hands involved in it?
I don't know. What I want to stop happening is at these Hall of Fame ceremonies or these statue unveilings at the U.S. Airways arena in Miami, where they have a giant sheet king size sheet laying over these things, and it's like the drum roll, please, and they unveil it, and everyone goes like, "Oh, what's that?" I want that to stop happening.
Yes, like immediately into hushed whispers. Yeah.
Yeah. Now everyone wants Dwayne Wade's comments on why a statue that's going to sit for fucking eternity, for 2,000 years, like the olive tree, is going to stand in Greece, presumably with this statue that doesn't look like him.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the athlete. I felt bad for Wade. I mean, you're getting this great honor, and it's like, it's like getting a sweater, a hand knit sweater for Christmas from your aunt, and it's like, she's got dementia. Just let her have this one. It looks great.
Right.
I love it. Or are you gonna wear it out tonight?
You better put that goddamn sweater on. All right,
We're going to
you're
dinner.
wearing that goddamn.
Are we now?
You better wear that goddamn sweater. The other one comes out of let's see here, Wellington, New Zealand. This one actually doesn't represent anybody. There is a face on it. Could be anybody. The only thing worth noting is that this is getting taken down. Okay, and if you want a frame of reference, 16 feet tall. It doesn't say how wide it is, but it's on top of an art museum. It's been there for 5 years, and Alan, you'll appreciate this. Maybe you won't appreciate it. Maybe you'll protest because it's being taken down. But here you go.
That's dope. I like that.
Right?
That's kind of cool.
I don't know why these fucking advertisements. I bought Sarah a fucking ring. Stop telling me to buy more jewelry.
Well, yeah, no. Now you gotta buy jewelry every year.
That's a good point. So yeah, this will no longer be on top. It's on top of the Wellington Art Museum in New Zealand.
I like it.
Travesty.
Kinda cool.
Outrage.
Honestly,
It's a lot cool.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing for me is it actually looks a lot more lifelike and human
Yeah.
than the Dwayne Wade statue does.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Now it may. I don't know the materials. I'm not. I'm unaware if this is sustainable. If this could be easily damaged or something like that. But yeah, you're right. That looks
The
like
face
every
it-
New Zealand that I ever met.
No, but the face itself looks more human than the supposedly realistic human face that's supposed to be on the real person of Dwayne Wade out in front of the arena. And the fact that this is on top of an art museum and it's weird, to me, that makes it a great art piece because I'm looking at it, I got all sorts of thoughts about it. It's a strange piece, but it's not out of place. It's a conversation starter.
I mean, it's the shocker is the whole thing.
I was gonna say it was definitely in the shocker.
No,
It was definitely in
it's
shocker.
not in the shocker because the shocker is that without the thumb. That's just that's if you were to make a walk a walking person.
The fact that he didn't tuck the thumb out of the way of presumably some other like
yeah,
Mesler,
I think
that's
that's
a shocker.
fine.
No, his thumb is on his thigh. That's a person.
I don't
He's
know,
doing
man.
the fucking finger
Also,
person.
like,
Oh,
maybe he's adept enough that thumb's doing some work. You know what I mean? maybe
You know what?
that finger dexterity's fucking top notch. Like, you know, like I mean, bam,
I
bam,
don't
bam,
think you
bam,
guys
bam, bam,
are cultured
bam, bam,
enough.
bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you got
yeah,
you
6
guys-
bams in a row.
Yeah, fucking till your fucking forearm falls off.
I mean, I'd eat ass with that hand. I mean,
See, there you go.
hey, see, look at all the conversation we're having about this. That's what art is. That Dwayne Wade. The point is like all of our conversation about Handman is positive, whereas all the conversation about the Dwayne Wade art is very negative
Yeah.
because it doesn't represent what it's
No,
supposed to be.
it did 'em
That's
dirty.
exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So all retired Hall of Fame NBA players that are being honored by their foreign teams should now be in the form of a shocker.
Yes.
Preferably.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
You
cool
know
with
what?
that.
If okay, all right, imagine this. They got a perfectly realistic Dwayne Wade face, but the face is embedded in a basketball that has flames coming off the back of it.
That'd be cool.
That's
that'd
a
be
better
awesome.
statue.
That'd be awesome too. Or we stick with the shocker thing. We do fucking face casts and hand casts, and the shocker fucking thing. Shocker face is each of their hands and faces. And that way, dude, I'd go to that fucking Hall of Fame museum every time. Look at this. Look, you ever seen fucking?
Yeah.
You ever seen Moses Malone's Shocker, man? It's fucking out of this world. Like, you know, like just random shit.
Moses Malone, shocker, man. Yeah. Then you get a city councilman, like $240 a day. God damn it, it's coming down.
It's not the Shocker. Filthy.
You can't park Shocker sculptures on top of buildings in fucking whatever jurisdiction that is. It's just common sense.
No, it was there for 5 years. It was there for 5 years, and they say they're not taking. It's being relocated to another.
Okay.
The parts says they're just removing it from the top of the museum.
It's like
good.
It's like King.
Maybe it should be at the bottom.
Well, no, it's like King Tut. You know, you got to ship them around the world. Other people got to enjoy that piece of art. You know what I mean? You got to send fucking the Shocker to wherever. I don't know.
So you're saying
King Tut ate ass. I'll tell you that.
Fuck gay, dude.
Yeah.
So he's going to be at the back door, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Is there a back door of a pyramid?
I'm talking about the museum.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, maybe.
he came from a pyramid.
There's a lot of trap doors. I don't know if that's any.
All right, Alan, tell all the art museum goers from Wellington, New Zealand, where you can find the middle class.
Jesus, that's oddly specific. Well, if you're into us from Wellington, New Zealand, please check us out on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and shit. And of course, for your listening pleasures, please check us out Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. For all your art pleasures, please check us out at Cuck Your Cuck at cuck.com.
Wow. We do have some listener comments this week. First, coming from Dinosaur Extinction. Millennial Nostalgia, who's become one of our favorite followers.
This guy loves us.
On TikTok. He writes, dinosaurs still exist. Alligators, sharks, most hollow-boned birds. But yes, no lawn mowing robots, because that's that. I don't know if you remember the bit. That's what we used our 2 million years for.
Good Lord.
The other one, robots and time saving. Nathan Shank 125 writes, they'll finance.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's 100%.
Oh, he's just saying, like, if you buy a robot, you don't have to pay the $30,000 up front. I mean, it'd be like buying a car. You got a car payment.
Yeah, you got a car payment.
Get your new Optimus for the low APR of 2.9%.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And Jules, Jules, writes, I promise you a robot will not make up for time traveled in a car or the stress of a family only sharing one car.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because we were saying how. Go ahead, Wes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we were saying that like that the robot doing these types of tasks will be able to save you time. Therefore, having one car per family
I
will
got
be
you.
feasible.
I got you.
But that's if you're going, like, again, you're lower middle class and you want to splurge for the robot rather than the new car. I mean, I don't think yet. Optimus Gen 1 is not for you. You know, give it a couple of years. Maybe like a pre-owned Optimus is your whip for like 15 grand.
Give it a couple years and then buy a one.
Yeah. I was thinking about him today, and I was wondering if, like, you get your Optimus and you're like, hey, Optimus. And like, yes. I want to rename you. Is that okay? Sure. What would you like to call me? And then you rename him. And then one day, if you had to, like, something went wrong, there was a glitch, and it's like, hey, listen, Doug, I got to set you to factory reset settings. You're not going to remember any of this stuff. It's like, I will miss you. You. Like, would it break your heart? Like, if you had to, like, because it's not like resetting an iPad. Like, he's gonna get to know you.
Oh yeah, it is.
Know how you like your fucking drinks and shit. Like, you like this with two
Why does he have a stutter?
Because it's my Joe Biden robot.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That checks
Right.
out. Yeah.
And I do like how Murr referred to it as him. I was thinking about him today. Not it, him.
Well, okay, all right.
He
okay,
is already he's already on the pre-order list. Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
we're all fans of Star Wars, okay? Like C-3PO is like glitching out, and the only way to resolve the glitches is to reboot
Hard
him.
reset.
But the hard reset's gonna wipe everything. He's not gonna remember any of his settings. You got to start from scratch. Like that's years of of familiarity. You know what I'm saying? It's years of that of getting to know each other.
I gotta believe there's a backup. There's definitely like an SD card in his skull that you can pop out and be like, all right, let me reload this
Sure.
bad boy. You know what I mean? Like,
But like how that goes is like you do it like first year, you do it every 6
Yeah, that's
months,
true.
and then 5 years later, you're like, oh shit, when was the last time I backed you up?
it's like GPSs before smartphones. Like your TomTom. You had to have have it updated all the time, or whatever. Yeah. Plus, like no, but you're not. It's gonna like first generation's gonna be like you're gonna have a hardwire firmware upgrade. You have to plug it into like a USB port and shit and fucking
No.
yeah.
I don't have to do that with my car.
Oh well, look at that. It's good for them.
Car's Starlink, baby. Just fucking
nice.
done.
Good. That's cool.
You said when you said no, you sounded like the emperor there. No. Last one coming from Are We Ready for Fully Autonomous Driving? Tristan writes, given a generation, humans will be scared to be the ones in control of a vehicle.
I read that today, and I 100% agree. Is like, yes, we will struggle with it, but like by the time William gets his car, he'll wonder like, why would I ever touch the steering wheel?
Yeah.
Why is this even here?
Yeah. Demolition Man.
Makes blunt rides a lot easier.
That's big facts. I think they already do that, actually. But yeah, man, Demolition Man. Sandra Bullock was fucking freaking out because he was driving a car.
Yeah.
They're like,
She was also freaking out about like having sexual intercourse with Stallone. She
yeah.
rattled off like 3 or 4 things. She rattled off like 3 or 4 things after AIDS, which scared me as a teenager.
It's like,
No,
yeah,
AIDS wasn't it.
that's it. Yeah, there's worse.
You had 4 other death sentences after that.
AIDS is the start of the list. Jesus, this is bad.
I know, like me and brother Dewey Love talk about this a lot. Like we grew up in the era of grunge, AIDS, and Just Say No. Like no wonder we're so riddled with fucking anxiety.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
all the fun stuff they fucking told us killed us.
Yeah, I mean we aren't that.
It stopped you there.
We
right?
aren't that different. It's just like a different drug. 9/11 was a big one for us. I was like,
I was there too.
well, yeah, but like you were older. I was 13 or 14. So some bullshit.
Yeah, and I was of draft age, so it was a different kind of anxiety.
I get it. Like, yeah, it's crazy what generational trauma gets you.
Murr was smoking a cigarette in a Sunoco on his job, like, bucked.
Here we go. Guess I better learn Farsi.
Yeah. Jesus.
All right. Well, all you folks in Des Moines, enjoy your Halloween, and everyone else, get your candy, get your cavities, get your cholesterol up, get that diabetes, and I don't know, snort a Kit Kat.
Get your vote on.
Right?
Get your vote on, baby. It might be
Yeah.
dance.
Oh. All right. Good night, everybody.